Hello there. So I saw Wonder Wheel today. Kate Winslet, Judo Temple, Justin Timberlake, and Jim Belushi starred in this film, and it was directed by Woody Allen. Uh, this was. It's not really a film I usually watch. It's kind of a. It's kind of like a play. Maybe it's based off of a play. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, it seems to go scene to scene like a play, and it's just kind of strange. And there's a lot of scenes that are very long. It just reminds me a lot of a play. But anyway, so Kate and Jim are married to each other. Kate has a son from another marriage, and the son likes to set things on fire, which is a bit of a comic relief throughout the movie, but it isn't really anything to the overall film. It's just really funny. But Juno plays the daughter of Jim Belushi, and she was married to a gangster, and she ran away from him to hide, and she thinks, well, the last place she'll come and look was where her father lives, because they fell out years ago, because she married a gangster basically. So yeah, so then Justin Timberlake is a lifeguard. It all takes place at a beachfront, and there's restaurants. Kate Winslet works in a restaurant as a waitress, and there's casinos and there's loads of stuff. But anyway, so it's really a love story, kind of. That's what I say. Justin Timberlake's a lifeguard, and he knows a lot about poetry, and he used to be in the Navy, I think, and he's travelled the world and during the war, and he's come home, and he kind of wants to be a writer now and all this, and Kate loves this kind of stuff because Jim's just kind of spends most of his day fishing, and he works on the merry-go-round and at the fair, and he's kind of a man's man kind of a thing, and he's a former alcoholic, and she tries to keep him away from the alcohol, but she kind of goes dry herself, and there's a lot of good back and forth of that, So so the kind of the main story is just kind of Kate's kind of having an affair with Justin, and she kind of has to keep it secret and away from everybody, and when she's with Jim she's kind of miserable, and when she's with Justin she's really happy and she's in love, and she even talks different. She talks really rough when she's with Jim, like with the kind of a stocky New York accent kind of thing, maybe Boston accent, I can't remember. But it's kind of like a weird date movie. Like that's what it kind of is. And then Juno has her troubles, and then she kind of goes to night class, and of course Jim's like a devoted father, and he loves having her back, and he dotes over her, and any money he makes he wants to put into her night classes and stuff like that. Meanwhile, he kind of treats Kate's son like trash, like he doesn't really care. Like he tries to be a good dad to him, but like he isn't really, like he hits him and stuff, but he's bad, and you know, but Kate sends the kid to a psychiatrist and that and try to figure out what's wrong. But like, you know, that's what I mean. Like, it isn't really, the kid's kind of like a side story. It isn't really the main story. But I keep getting distracted with it because it's kind of the funniest part of the whole lot. But so gangsters kind of come after Juno, of course. Two gangsters from The Sopranos. Bit of a Soprano reunion. I'm just looking at my notes here. Yeah, so eventually, so most of the movie is kind of, you know, Kate and Justin going on dates, and they kind of fall in love with each other, and they get to know each other and stuff. Then, but eventually, chance meeting, Justin meets Juno, and the Juno kind of falls for him, and you know, it's then there's kind of you know, then Kate has to says like, you know, are you in love with him? Are you in love with her? And Justin's like, no. But then they start seeing each other more, and you know, it's kind of like, you know, then there's kind of a love triangle kind of a thing going, and Justin doesn't know who to be with, kind of, and then I don't really want to give away the ending, but it's kind of mad. Well, it's kind of like, you know, Kate kind of Kate Winslet's character really goes crazy through the movie. I think she gets kind of crazier and crazier. If she is away from Justin, she goes crazy and crazier. She's always needing tablets for constant migraines and stuff. And she hates her life. She really wants to get away from it. Like, you know, she really wants to move away with Justin and stuff like that. So that's basically the story. Like, there's lots of scenes. There's lots of good acting in it. There's some funny bits in it. Where they have a tape recorder and they're recording themselves singing and then listen to themselves back. It's very novel kind of a thing because it's kind of, you know, it's set in the 1950s, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, it's, you know, it's kind of, everything's kind of novel. Sorry, I have to turn this thing off. So yeah, it's just kind of interesting. You know, that Kate and Jim and the son and Juno is trapped in this like kind of shed on top of an amusement, like, you know, it's gun amusement, and like they kind of have to live up there, and but it's kind of a nice kind of place. There's nice lighting, and that's the thing about this movie. Actually, there is a lot of nice lighting throughout. It's like nice mood lighting. The music, kind of like, there's music from the fair and all that kind of stuff, but there isn't really much, you know, romantic music or anything in it. Like, it's just kind of you know, it's just kind of ordinary. It's just kind of, they just want to tell the story, like, you know, they just want the actors to kind of, you know, tell the story and not really the music to tell the story. But the lighting's very nice, and the lighting really does set the mood throughout the film, which is really nice. I talk a lot about lighting in some of the films, but yeah, it's there's blue lighting and there's red lighting and there's orange lighting. I think it's kind of like the different moods that they're in and the different things that are going on, and there's Justin even remarks, and like, what does he say, rain, the light of the rain on your face, referring to Juno. You know, it's very romantic film. Like, it's all very romantic, but you know, there is kind of one love scene between Justin and Kate, but it's kind of only there for a couple of minutes, like a minute or so, like, but then they talk a lot through it. And there's a great, after that, I made a note of this, after that, like, there's great lighting, they're underneath the boardwalk, and there's light of the fire, and they just made love, and it looks like Kate's hair's blonde, but then she talks and talks kind of about her life and how she wants to kind of get away and stuff, and her hair slowly starts to turn back red again, and I thought that's really cool. That was really well done. You know, that was really good. I haven't got much to say about this movie other than, you know, it was very well acted. I liked everybody in it. They did a good job. There was funny bits. There was drama, like, you know, it's very dramatic bits. I think it's kind of, it just kind of goes to the human condition. Like Kate, like everybody kind of wants something than they have, except for Jim. Jim Belushi, he seems to be kind of content in his life. He seems to be really happy. Like he just walks when he has to walk, and he goes fishing whenever he wants, and he's fine with that. But Kate wants more, and Justin wants more, and Juno wants more, and the little fella just keeps setting things on fire because he doesn't really know anymore. But he sets things on fire and really looks at it like, you know. Trying to see, just look up my notes, see if there's anything else. Yeah. So yeah, I could talk about the ending. Going forward, I could talk about the ending. I could go into spoilers now. The ending's really dramatic. It's kind of out of nowhere. Kate finds out that the gangsters have found Juno, and she goes to warn her, but then she thinks, well, maybe I won't, because, you know, she's afraid of losing Justin and the future she could have with him. And so she rings the restaurant, but then she hangs up, and then of course Juno goes missing. Now what happens to Juno we don't know, but Justin's a clever guy. You know, he plays a very clever character, and he figures out everything. He talks to the owner, and he realizes somebody called the restaurant and everything. And so of course Justin figured it out, and then she tells the truth. Kate tells the truth, and so Justin ends up leaving her, you know, and then so Kate's really just left with Jim, and you know, she's kind of, like, I think she kind of gives up at the end, and it's kind of sad, you know, but she shouldn't have done what she did. She should have warned Juno, really. And, you know, and then maybe, who knows, maybe Justin would have went with her, because she said, oh wow, she's an amazing girl, but then we'll never know. But yeah, Justin narrates pretty much throughout the movie, which is a bit weird, like, and he talks to the audience as well, so I think it's like his story, like he writes it, but then he goes back and forth, like he's talking to us, and then he goes, oh hello, and he goes away off, and you know, he breaks the fourth wall, but like it's kind of it's kind of smoothish, yeah, kind of, but still, it's kind of like Malcolm in the Middle. You know, remember Malcolm in the Middle? Yeah, it's kind of like that. But yeah, I recommend this film. Kind of like, it's kind of a sad romantic film, soppy movie. It's not really my cup of tea, but there's some nice settings in it, and there's some nice acting in it. I always like Kate Winslet, and I like Jim Belushi. I haven't seen him in ages. Like, he used to have a comedy show, and I think it's been cancelled. I don't know. But yeah, I can't remember how long it was on for. I think it's on for like an hour and a half, so it's not that long. But yeah, it's really datey. It's really like kind of like a date night film, like a romantic film, kind of like a, you know, that kind of film. So that's who I'd recommend it to anybody who kind of likes romantic movies, like sad romantic movies, and it's yeah. But like I said, I didn't hate it. Like I enjoyed it, and I thought, oh God, here we go. But like, no, I thought I liked this, and it was kind of interesting, and I like the whole triangle of, like, you know, Justin had to choose between an older woman or a younger or woman, like kind of his age, and it's kind of like she isn't that much older than him, but you know, still he kind of has to choose, you know, which which he wants, and I think at the end Kate kind of made made his choice for him, like, you know, but I think he kind of was going with Juno, but then if Kate had saved her life, I don't know, but yeah, so that's it. It's just kind of sad because it was a really nice film, really cool cars. Like I love 50s cars. With like, yeah. Sorry, that was just random. So like, subscribe, comment if you want. So love, subscribe. Check out my last review. Some noodles review. I'll put another review up here, and that's it. Thanks for watching.